Nobody wants to get beat by a girl, ever, and that's just the way it is. But if the female doesn't win, they say, oh, well, you know, she sucks, she didn't win kind of thing. But, you know, 23 other cars didn't win also. Normal driving is really boring. Like after you go 120 miles per hour sideways, driving on the road is really boring. If I have to drive any length of time, I want to have a nap.
Remember the time that you were in North Carolina? And she was, well, you remember the story too. Caley was in North Carolina, and they were there for the World Finals. And after the racing day, they all sit around the campfire and they talk and laugh. And this evening, it was 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And as they were sitting there, a young couple came along and saw Caley and said, "Are you Caley Weese, the late model racer?" And she said, "Yes." And they said, "Well, we're fans of yours. We live in Minnesota, and we have followed you on Facebook and all of your races and your career. And we just wanted to come and be able to meet you in person."
In Ontario, Quebec, New York, Pennsylvania, and probably even further, I'm the only female late model driver. Basically, the only reason why I am the only female driver in a late model at this time is because I started, I was one of the first female late model drivers. And so we've, you know, progressed through the ranks, and there are others that are coming.
We couldn't talk her out of it. And so I decided that we would let her try it and we'd build them as safe as we could. And because I told Jordan here, we had quite a few discussions about it over 6 months, and I said, well, some people are meant to do certain things, and if you don't let them do it, then you're going to hurt them.
When I got my license, I guess I was 16, and I had my own truck. I've always driven trucks. So I had, my first truck was an 89 GMC Sierra, regular cab, short box, step side, vermilion red, big mud tires, and a lift. Tonight is our 3rd annual Weese Racing anti-bullying night at Brighton Speedway. It's always a little bit scary when you plan something like this and you hope that you have, you know, a few hundred people show up, but you actually have no idea. And weather certainly plays a big factor in that. So hopefully the weather holds together and we have a good night and a good turnout. I just hope tonight that we can keep ourselves, our equipment, and everything together and just sort of make it through. We're going to try to make it to the front, obviously, that's always the goal, but to, you know, kind of be at least a top 5 car is going to be our goal tonight.
The carrying place, the Divots Excavating, 10-star Weese Insurance, Thousand Islands RV Center, number 77 of Caley Weese. And going 6th out of Picton, Ontario, the marquee Nicolay, number 92 is Adam Turner. The 29 is Phil Potts, the 57, Bellevue Fabricating, sponsored by Charlie Sander, carrying number 6, A&A Holler, sponsored machine of the Indy Mayhew, green flag.
It's Corey Earl down on the inside, followed by the 60 of Storm and Norman, and he gets high on the outside, drops back about 4 or 5 positions, and Corey Earl just takes off and down into 3 and out of 4 your leader, followed by the 55 of Mark Rader and the 46 of...
I'm just wondering if it wasn't a radiator hose or something, because they were going slow, maybe the engine started to heat up and it overheated on them and blew a hose or something like that, because if it's still running, engine must be okay.
Our battery charger hadn't been charging our battery for the last month, which is crazy that our car even continue to start or run. And luckily enough, one of our fellow racers, Greg Bellier, gave us his battery charger to use for the night.
Lots of room and time coming up on the outside. The 11 of Corey Earl just walking away right now, Clayton.
Corey Earl all alone out in front of the field here is Adam Turner holding off the 55 of Mark Rader for second, but here comes Charlie Sandercock working his way through the field to get into the third position. Problems for number 6 of Andy Mayhew. He sits in the infield waiting to cross the racetrack back into the pit area. Looks like he's going to try and do that this time, Mike. And Orr will rejoin the field now. Goes the 6 of Mayhew, but still all Corey Earl just past the halfway mark.
Corey Earl going into corner 3, your leader, followed by the 92 of Adam Turner and the 57 of Charlie Sandercock. A good battle going on for 4th place between the 55 of Raider.
It's an overwhelming feeling. You're never sure how many people are actually going to show up to an event like that. You know, we sold over 600 shirts, and we had hoped that we would get that many, and we certainly had hundreds. So, you know, that's a pretty amazing feeling, that's for sure. Now my focus has changed a little bit more to being more of a role model and spokesperson in racing to help inspire young people to get involved in racing, and also sort of take my anti-bullying campaign to the next level. And I've done a lot of public speaking, and I would like to sort of develop that as a racer.